So let's see. After that, the main goal of the humans after they were in the little Fishburne cave is now they want to steal the Predator ship and fly it back to Earth. Now, of course, these are contemporary humans, so they don't know how to fly no alien ship. So the Predator that they found trussed up, they want to go get him, have him fly the ship. So essentially, they all meet back up with the Predator. Well, actually, only one character meets up with the Predator. Eric Foreman and the female character are basically left behind by the main character because Eric Foreman steps in a bear trap, basically, and is throwing him up, and, well, the female character stays to help him. So the main character, Bear Gillis, goes to that Predator and is talking to him like, "You can understand me." The Predator's sort of staring at him, and he cuts the little bindings on him. Predator comes out, grabs him by the neck, and then he just does that, I guess, to look cool, like, "I didn't need you to save me, you bastard, so yeah, I'm bad, mother." Anyway, lets him down, and we get a cool Predator powering up scene. I would like them to have talked, but really, that scene, I was like, just like, you know, got my heart rate going a bit. Very few movies actually do that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But the Predator and the human working together, and that Predator was a Yautja, and so it made sense, because the Hish would have done it. Really, the two Predators look different from one another. The villain Predator and the other one. So, essentially, as I try to recall this, even though I just saw it, the Yautja and the Hish fight. It's a pretty good fight. I kind of like it, although I would have liked a little more wide angle on it. I'd like to have seen, you know, some epic poses. The poses were pretty good, but still they weren't as good as I would have liked. Predator on Predator fight is awesome, to say the least. Go see it for that reason alone. But anyway, Bear Gillis, while they're fighting, goes to the ship, or at least you think he goes to the ship, because the ship takes off, and so you think he's on it. The Predator fight wraps up with the Hish winning, and we'll get to the main problem with the film in a minute. With the Hish winning, and the Hish blows up the ship, so you think Bear Gillis is dead. And so you expect Predator to go back and kill the two humans. But while the Predator fight's going on, you've got the reveal of Eric Foreman as a serial killer, and he's busy posturing to the heroine. So essentially, after the ship explodes, Bear Gillis goes back right before Eric Foreman is going to start, you know, really cutting up our heroine. One of the things about that, though, is I kind of liked the dialogue and I kind of didn't. It seemed very stereotypical. The murderer's like, "I am a predator. I'm the monster on a planet full of monsters." It's kind of fitting. It can go either way. But Bear Gillis shows up, pulls him out of the hole, and just before Eric Foreman can gut Bear, he realizes that that's going to happen, so he stabs him in his chin. He doesn't die, and uses him as bait. And he's able to wound the Hish. And then it's a pretty good fight. It's not as epic as, you know, the sword fight and the Predator fight between Bear and the Predator. And this is the thing. I like Bear a lot more than I did Schwarzenegger. I know Predators is not as good as the first movie, but it's better in some respects than the first movie. It's what Predator 2 should have been. The fight between Bear and the Predator is pretty cool. He's got an axe, he's all beating him up. But eventually the Predator gets the upper hand, is about to kill him, and of course he's taking 27 minutes to stab him, even though he should have just, you know, killed him. But if he had, the ending would have been even worse. But the heroine, who had the blade that Eric Foreman used on her, had like some kind of paralyzing agent in it, so she's busy trying to pick up her sniper rifle, because she carried a sniper rifle all through this. So she picks it up, shoots the Predator, and then Bear just goes all out on him, just smashing up the Predator, and then finally cuts his head off. It was great. And so that was the ending. Yeah. They want that sequel. They want that money. In Predator 4, the search for more money. Let's just hope it doesn't take another 20 years, because the ending is, you know, they're all together and they see more parachutes coming down, even though it's supposed to be one per season, so there should be one per year. So were they just sitting on that little tree? Because they're sitting on a tree For a year? Oh, that seems kind of wonky to me. Okay, so now that you know the movie and I've nerded all over you, what were the problems? Well, lazy writing was the big problem. There's a lot of filler where there's just all kinds of walking, like I said, Roger Corman style. The biggest problem, I think, with the film was simply the fact that they wanted another sequel. They should have just had the Predator, the good guy Predator, the Yachtja, kill the Hish, have Bear and the Predator go rescue the heroine and Eric Foreman, can't remember her name, I think it was Elizabeth or something, have the Predator realize what Eric Foreman was, gut him up good, and they both get on the ship, or they all get on the ship, fly back to Earth, and have it be the end. You know, it'd be nice and self-contained. But instead, what do we get? We get the Predator get killed, he gets his head cut off too. And we get, you know, no, let's get a way to get off this rock. That's not exactly what he said. Really, the swearing wasn't too bad. It all made sense. Because if I saw, like, a dead body fall in front of me, I'd probably exclaim various expletives too. Or if I saw somebody just get gutted up right next to me, I'd probably say something too. The gore was surprisingly, it's not sparing, but it was appropriate. You know, you didn't see just people getting sliced open, guts falling out. The Predator reaching in and ripping out the spine. There wasn't a lot of gore on that. The heads getting cut off, it wasn't that bad. It was just a head getting cut off. The beating scenes weren't too bad either. All told, they didn't just, you know, get a bucket of slop and throw it out. It was slightly realistic gore. One of the things I'm glad they didn't do was try to put in stupid romance. Because I like romance a little bit, but in a movie like Predators, do we really need it? Because, you know, you'd expect, like, you know, the heroine, Elizabeth, I think it was, and Bear getting together, you know, a little sex scene here or there. There was none. You know, you'd even expect, you know, like maybe the woman's shirt get ripped up or something, you know, but they didn't do that. They stuck with an action movie, and it makes sense, because I really hate nudity that isn't necessary. It's kind of like an Iron Man with that stupid scene. I mean, it's so juvenile. It's Iron Man. It's a guy in a metal suit that fights giant robots. Do we need it? All told, it's a great film. I definitely recommend going to see it. It blew me away. And I'm really surprised. It's like, well, it's sort of like a 2010 film trying to be an 80s film and succeeded. One of the biggest things that I liked the most, and I mentioned it earlier, was the fact that they had a strong heroine as the second lead. You know, you just don't see that very often. You don't really see non-wimpy women too often, and I really do like seeing that. They're moving forward with that, I think. The best part of it, the part that's going to have you floored, is the human going to get the help of the Predator. That is, I don't want to call it cinematic perfection, but it's something that actually makes you care, like, whoa, he's teaming up with the Predator, it's so amazing! And the sword fight was awesome too. So yeah, Predator 3, or Predators, you know, that's something I didn't really like. Predators, if you can have a movie called Predators, it needs to be the second film, not the third film. By the third film, it needs to be Predator 3. But outside of that, it's a great film. Well worth making a whole AVP month over. Go see it. It's definitely a theater watch if you are a Predator fan. I keep saying go see it, but if you're a Predator fan, go see it. If you're an action movie fan, go see it. But if you're not really either one, it's still a good film to watch. But if you're not either one, you know, just wait for the DVD. I always say wait for the DVD anyway, unless you're really a cinematic nerd. But seriously, Predators, it was well worth my money, I'll say. So this is General Watts, wishing you good Predators! That was kind of ostentatious. Or whatever makes you happy.